Good morning and welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood. It's been 2 whole months since we've had an update here in Universal. We've been doing a lot of updates on Instagram and stuff, but back on YouTube for just a little bit. Now I have to say it feels good to be back and doing YouTube. It's been a long 2 months with doing some school and work on the side. We have a lot of updates going on at Universal. I've only had a little bit of time, so a lot of our updates have just been on Instagram. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me at JPLand21. Now we have a lot of updates going on at CityWalk, like the new Universal Bazaar, which is just a rebranding of the Universal store, an extension to it at least. They have a lot of new stuff on the exterior. Of course, this really nice neon sign that says Universal Bazaar, and some new vinyl that has been wrapped around the main entrance. This should be open probably by like September, October. I couldn't see it taking too long since this is just like a normal Universal venue, and it's been for quite a while. Now this past week, I got to see a lot of Universal stuff, starting with Universal Horror Unleashed, which was awesome, but I do have a lot of thoughts about it. I'm gonna cut back to a few days ago when we started with Area 15. So let's get that segment in. Good afternoon and welcome to Area 15. Area 15 has reached out and invited us to check out the Omega Mart and some of the other experiences they have over here at Area 15. Tomorrow they're opening their brand new Horror Unleashed experience, and we're gonna give you the first look at Universal Horror Unleashed, which is Universal's first attraction here in the Las Vegas area. And I'm so excited for that, but today we're checking out everything else Area 15 has to offer. It's a very warm day today, 105 degrees right now. This kind of sucks, but luckily we have air conditioning inside of the place. Parking was actually fairly cheap. We only paid $6.99 for 4 hours, which isn't horrible. And if you're a Nevada resident, you get parking for free. I'd imagine for Universal Horror Unleashed, we're gonna have to repeat that same process tomorrow. We just made it to the front of Area 15, and they have a ton of different photo ops set up. The speakers that they have set up are playing some really creepy audio too. This is like supposed to be like an abandoned spot of Vegas. Lots of warnings playing before we enter, but I love this mini art exhibit that we have in front of Area 15. This really sets the tone, that's for sure. It's setting this like spooky yet futuristic atmosphere. If you listen to the audio, they're preparing us to get on board and transport to a different world. There's a little crate here, it says Infinity Ship. Let's get on board. Whoa. I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of spooky. Okay. Okay, we've officially made it into Area 15. This looks incredible. We have all of these activations set up in every corner, but the most popular one has to be the Omega Mart. Let's go check that out. Okay, we've made it into the Omega Mart, and this is just your typical market. Nothing special about this place. You see, I think I just said that everything is normal in here, but for some reason, things are not going as planned. Now, I'm sure this is just a glitch and everything is fine, everything is going normal. We're just here to do some light shopping. I really wanted to buy a button-up today, and I just picked up this button-up. Anyways, my apologies for the weird mix-up. Over here we have some vegetation, we have some fruit, we have really nice tomatoes. Everything is perfectly normal in here. got some drills, and I think maybe Halloween is around the corner, so they decorated their drills like corn. That makes sense. Well, I'm just getting so thirsty with all this talking. I'm gonna grab a nice cold drink. What? Guys, we were just brought into this old military bunker. I'm not exactly sure what is going on in this video. This is my first video in like 2 months, and I don't think it's going well. Could I call someone? Could I make a phone call? 376-102. I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. Now, what has this, what I thought normal supermarket brought us into? Where am I? Okay, I'm sure everything is going to plan. I just wanted a drink. They have ice in here. Hello? Hello? Do you speak English? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Do you speak any English? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay, I'm kind of lost. I don't know how to get back to reality. All I wanted was a nice cold drink, and I can't seem to find anywhere that would sell a drink, not even the ice machine. Maybe if I check in here, we could find something. Hello? 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 Oh. Excuse me, miss. Do you know where I can find... That's strange. What is going on? What is going on? Am I missing page? Okay, we have to do something. We have to do something. There are secrets here that we definitely need to uncover, but all I wanted was a drink. And it has brought us into what feels like hell. Okay, there's a little entrance to what I think or assume is a silo. What is this? I've made my way up, and I'm on a mission to find a drink. I'm not getting any luckier right now. I will say this is the strangest place I've ever been to. I don't know what's real and what's fake. I'm having a hard time processing all of this. Strobe warning, watch your head. I think we're heading in the right direction. Hello? Hello? What am I looking at? That's me. Where am I getting seen from? I'm so confused. Baba John, what are you doing here? Look, man, I'm just trying to look for a drink. I can't find a drink. I just opened the fridge and I ended up in whatever this place is. What is going on?
I don't know. I'm lost.
Baba John is... Oh, what is that? What? Okay, now we're entering the room formerly known as D206. Now, it seems like there are actual missions that we do have to complete. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to do these missions, but that is an option if you want to do that. This place is very odd, and I feel like we're being watched, and I think we are because those are security cams right up there. Where do we go? What do? I don't know. All I know is we're gonna acquire that drink. The higher the better, right? That'll bring us back up to the normal world. I hope, at least. I feel like we found a way back. Somehow, some way. I just don't know how we found our way back. But I can finally get my drink, right? I don't know how I feel about any of these meats. Guys, mission accomplished. I found a hidden bar on the outside of the market, right over here, and they had the drink I was looking for. So, mission accomplished.
Attention all the Mega Mart shoppers, please disregard that last.
Now, if you couldn't tell with my incredible acting, that's actually not your average supermarket. It's the Omega Mart, and it's incredible. It's a huge, huge display. You walk into your regular market, and then you go into a fridge, and things just change around you, and you just have to discover the story. I won't spoil all the fun, but you must check it out. Okay, so now we have a few experiences to choose from. The next one we're choosing is the Grand Prix. I really want to check this out. It's racing. I'm assuming it's go-karts. We'll check it out. But just to give you a better idea of the sheer scale of this place, this area is huge. Like, it's so big. And there's so much to do. I mean, there's like 8 experiences, a part of the lab. There's experiences bottom to top, and this is the Grand Prix Racing Simulator. Okay, we just sat down at the Grand Prix Racing Sim, and I'm assuming these like move around and stuff too. There's buttons to the left and right of us. Grand Prix was actually so fun. It felt like I was going so fast, and the steering wheel was probably the most realistic aspect of it. It felt like you were driving an F1 car. But I didn't notice this until about the end of the race, but the map that we were driving on is the real F1 track that happens every Thanksgiving in Vegas. It was actually a lot of fun, and all of the vehicles like shifted around to make it feel like you're moving. Okay, we've made it back outside, and the AC in there was so nice. But we're gonna check out some of the other experiences Area 15 has to offer. This is only the first district. There's a second district opening tomorrow. So there's gonna be so much to do with Area 15 and Universal Horror Unleashed. We'll see it in a moment. It's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna add so much to this area. So we have now made it into the John Wick experience. And we're only trying to reserve right now because this is on reservation basis. I believe it's an escape room. So I always wondered what is the John Wick experience, and it's this 45-minute experience where it's action-packed. It's somewhat of an escape room, but there's also live actors directing you, and there's some action sequences. I'm excited to see how they pull this off. So lastly, we got to do the John Wick experience, which was actually really cool. It was an escape room mixed with a bunch of show scenes, and it takes you through this story, and it ends really cool. I don't want to spoil too much. You'd have to see it yourself. It's actually really cool. Area 15 was a lot of fun, and thank you so much for having me out, Area 15. I'm just mind blown with what they could do with such limited space. I mean, the Omega Mart alone was massive. Like, that was so freaking cool, and I'd definitely go back and check that out, especially with some more friends and stuff. It was nice having Baba John with me. Replacing Popcornopolis here in CityWalk, we have CityWalk Pop, a new popcorn shop for popcorn for fans. And they have tons of Universal themed buckets over here. We have the, of course, Glamour Tram and the classic Universal bucket that they released back in 2019. It has made a return, which is awesome. Lots of Minion stuff over here as well. Just a lot of popcorn buckets that they've released over the years. A lot of these are newer. This is older. I think they released this in maybe 2022, and this one this year. Here's just like a quick look inside of the new popcorn shop, and we're greeted with this awesome mural and iconic popcorn smell in here. And I think this is an artificial scent that they pump. I don't think it's the actual popcorn, but here are the different popcorn offerings that they have over here. Actually, they don't even have the flavors here. I think this is just classic popcorn, caramelized popcorn, and maybe just like regular salted popcorn here. No like popcorn machine popping popcorn in front of us. I think they just do it in the back and then refill whatever needs to be refilled. But we have some more popcorn buckets, a lot of sippers and popcorn buckets from Super Nintendo World over here. Actually, I think these have been gone for a while, but this is a nice restock. And it used to be a lot more expensive. It's now $12.99. I think it used to be 20 bucks. And I love all the popcorn buckets that they have over here. Very, very fitting for CityWalk. And I love all of these up here too. These are so cool. Okay, I just had to ask about the popcorn flavors. So butter, caramel, and white cheddar popcorn over here. Here's some other sippers that they have in here. It's really nice. Here are the pricings. And I believe your annual pass discount also works in this location as well. Okay, now to get back on topic with Universal Horror Unleashed, I have a lot of thoughts. And the first one is, how is this gonna work year-round? Now, of course, Halloween events are very big for Universal Studios Hollywood and Orlando, and Universal Orlando Resort were the ones, the minds behind Universal Horror Unleashed, and they put a lot of great detail into Universal Horror Unleashed. It was amazing. It felt like I was just stepping into each movie that was featured, especially Exorcist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those are the two IPs that were featured at Universal Horror Unleashed. And Exorcist was honestly like the scariest maze that I've walked through. It was so good. It felt like I was exactly in the movie, and each haunted house has a little like show moment a part of it. Good morning and happy opening day to the newest Universal theme park, Horror Unleashed. This one is located in Las Vegas, and it's their first ever Las Vegas based attraction, which I'm very excited for because it's Halloween Horror Nights year-round essentially. Today we're gonna check out all 4 of the haunted houses, any of the scare zones, and any shows that they have for us. So let's get rolling. So until our entry time, we have about 20 minutes until 2:20. So this works a little bit differently than Halloween Horror Nights or any really horror event. We have different entry times to enter Horror Unleashed, and I'm not sure about a time limit. They haven't really addressed that. I don't know if we're gonna get wristbands or anything to enter. But we have basically all night, to our knowledge, to get through all the haunted houses. The only sucky thing is there isn't really much shade to wait in line for this. We're kind of right underneath the sun. But we have 20 minutes, so it's not too bad. And we'll be in the AC in 20. Here's the main Universal Horror Unleashed sign. We're very close to going inside now. Okay, so there's a little bit of an indoor queue before we make it into the security line, which is right over here. Not too bad. I've now made it past security and into Horror Unleashed.
The king is back! Welcome to my world! Welcome.
What's up? So what's going on?
I serve the Queen Protector as the second in command. No one can approach us.
Who am I supposed to look for? The king?
Queen, she's coming very soon.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out
Come back
for
to
her.
me very soon.
Okay.
Welcome to my world.
Okay, we have started our official Horror Unleashed adventure. We're keeping our eye out for the queen. She'll be around here somewhere, but this is the entrance for the Universal Monsters attraction. And I'm not sure where to start first. I think I want to check out everything around Horror Unleashed before entering the haunted houses, because there is a lot to check out, and this is a very new theme establishment. But over here they have a huge bar. This is like the main centerpiece bar. Lots of drinks to check out from here. There's a little bit of a menu over here. This place is called The Broiler. They have Phantom's Espresso Martini, the Severed Pear, Harvester of Sorrow, Grave Robber, Bloodsucker, and Holy Water. And they're all about $19 except for the Espresso Martini for $12. And then they also have some wine, some beer, and some non-alcoholic drinks, like soda. Over here we find The Exorcist Believer. Texas Chainsaw is behind us, and we have lots of themed props. Oh shit! I did not know that was real. Okay, that's the first scare of the day. Wow. Oh wow, that's funny. Wow. Okay, they did a really good job with that. We have a stage show over here for, I believe, Jack the Clown. Maybe he'll be here. Maybe he'll be back there. I'm not too sure. This is the entrance for Scarecrow the Reaping. Very nice looking facade. So we're about to walk through Scarecrow the Reaping. This is our first haunted house of the day, and they said there's no filming allowed, so we're gonna have to wait a second. However, we can film from the outside, and this is what we have so far. This is the main entrance to the haunted house.
And the land becomes brittle, bits of dried human and beast bones merge with burlap, root and vine. The scarecrows crawl from the crust out because their mother has been violated.
This is the main queue for the haunted house. Very nicely themed. This is the main facade before we enter inside Scarecrow the Reaping. Very exciting. One thing I really like is they're spacing out each individual group. It's really cool. This is a lot better than Horror Nights. I mean, you're paying a pretty premium price to enter these haunted houses, and it's nice that you have a more personalized experience in these haunted houses. All right, we just got through Scarecrow the Reaping. It was actually pretty cool. Very long haunted house. They did a really good job with setting the atmosphere. My only thing is the jump scare volume was really low, so I would think that the scares weren't as effective, but I did get like maybe 4 or 5 really good scares in it. This next one is actually my most anticipated haunted house. It's The Exorcist Believer, which we've actually had as a haunted house already in multiple years of Halloween Horror Nights history, but as Believer once in 2023 in both Orlando and Hollywood. About to walk in, but check out the main facade, very similar to both Hollywood and Orlando's iteration of The Exorcist Believer. The queue is just set up as the market, like you see in the beginning of the haunted house in Hollywood and Orlando. We're about to walk in. Since the movie has come out, this should be a better version of the haunted house. I'm very excited to see what they do with it. No idea what's happening right now. Each queue kind of has like its own little pre-show to it. So I just understood what this haunted house's pre-show is. I just watched The Exorcist Believer to familiarize myself with the movie before I go through the maze again. And this is set up in the place where the earthquake happened in the movie. So the pre-show is essentially the earthquake. It talks about the exorcism for a second, and then the earthquake hits. You get sprayed with air from all different points, and then the fog goes up.
Let's raise the
screams. I hope you're ready for carnage. I hope you're ready for some good old-fashioned murder. Because tonight, we're here to celebrate the kill. If you're ready to celebrate with us, say.
Now, I was only able to cover so much of Horror Unleashed because they didn't really allow filming in the haunted houses itself. Again, it was run by Orlando, and Orlando's policies are completely different than the one in Hollywood. But honestly, that's okay. It gave me the chance to really just like enjoy it and kind of experience everything without having to hold the camera and focus on if I have the right shot or not. But overall, it was a really cool experience. So the biggest question I had going back to it is how would they make this work year-round? Like I mentioned, obviously Horror Nights is huge for both coasts, and I think they need to find a way to keep this busy all year round, and I'm not sure how they're going to do that. And if they're not able to do that, I think they're gonna have to start cutting different entertainment options or even scare actors in the haunted houses, and that's not ideal for the experience that it is. So each haunted house has about 8 to 14 scare actors working it, and each scare actor is probably paid like $18 an hour. And my biggest fear is that they would cut certain scare actors from certain moments, and you wouldn't see the full experience on less busier days. And obviously when you want to go and when you're paying $90 for an experience like this, you want the full experience. You don't want a half-ass experience. That's my biggest fear for Horror Unleashed, that in the months of like December through maybe March, April, it won't be as busy, so they would have to cut certain scare actors or different pieces of entertainment. I can't always see it being as busy as it was yesterday. And yesterday it was actually relatively busy. I think they maxed out the ticket sales. The unlimited ticket, which allows you to go through the haunted houses more than once, was completely sold out. However, you were able to upgrade for I think about $45 to go through the mazes more than just once. But it wasn't something that was available online. But I think they sold out most of the time slots. I think the very 4 final time slots weren't sold out. And they have a maximum capacity of about 3,000 to 4,000 people inside of that building. So I think there was a fair amount of people inside of Horror Unleashed yesterday. Okay, my number 2 concern is the ticket pricing. It is $90 to enter Universal Horror Unleashed. This does not include any amenities. Nothing comes with it, just the 4 haunted houses and obviously the shows and the entertainment inside of the building. Besides that, no food, no merchandise comes with that $90. And you can go only through each haunted house once. So once you're done with all the haunted houses, there isn't really much else to do besides like eating and drinking. Personally, I think they would have more ticket sales if maybe the price was dropped to $50. I think that's a reasonable price for 4 haunted houses. $90 is the price for an entire Halloween Horror Nights event. On a busy night, you could see prices go up to like $113, but on emptier nights, it's closer to like $70, $80, maybe even $90. But Horror Unleashed only has 4 haunted houses, and you can go only through each haunted house once. So I thought that was a little weird because once you're done with all the haunted houses and the shows, there isn't really much else to do. Honestly, I think they should only have 1 ticket type for going through those haunted houses and experiences, and they should allow you to go through those haunted houses more than once. Overall, the goal is to keep people in there for as long as possible, because the longer you keep people inside, the more food sales you'll have, the more drink sales you'll have, and overall, people would enjoy it a lot more. But what I did enjoy is that each haunted house run that I had, we were sent in completely alone. There was no one around us, no one in front of us, no one behind us. All the show moments, we had them to ourselves. So it was a very personalized experience. So only going through them once makes sense, but maybe not for the price. Again, like I said, it's only 4 haunted houses, so maybe cut the price down in half, just because you go to Halloween Horror Nights, you have 8 or 9 haunted houses and shows and rides for about $90 or a little bit more. At Horror Unleashed, you have only a quarter of that and you're paying $90. So I think the price point needs to be adjusted as time goes on, and ultimately that allows more people to enter and be more willing on entering, because there is also a lot more to do in Area 15. I believe there's now about 23 attractions in the Area 15 area as in general. overall, I really enjoyed all the haunted houses that I walked through. My only complaint is audio. Now, Orlando does audio very differently than Hollywood. Hollywood likes to blast audio in your ears, especially for more effective jump scares. Blasting audio creates a bigger jump, I would say. But not only that, when you're walking through haunted houses, the audio is very loud. You can hear what's going on. You can understand the story. With Horror Unleashed, it was quite the opposite, and even Universal Orlando haunted houses in general, it's kind of the opposite. Audio isn't as loud. It's very on a minimal level. It's very realistic. So like, for example, if you're walking through Texas Chainsaw Massacre in both Horror Unleashed and in Universal Orlando Resort, the audio would be dim. It would just be ambient noises, no like soundtrack or anything playing, no like repeating narration as you walk through, and it's just very quiet. This kind of set a creepy tone, but in my opinion, it just felt like nothing was going on. It felt like a home haunt more than an experience. I didn't feel like so immersed. But it was like realistic in the way where, like, if you are walking through Texas Chainsaw Massacre in real life and you are a part of the movie, you're not going to be hearing like anything. You're just going to hear like ambient noises. So I think that's what they were trying to achieve. I just didn't think it was as effective as they thought it would be. I think maybe raising the volume a little bit for each trigger scare or even the ambiance in general. Maybe they don't need to blast music in your ears, but like, for example, there's one scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre where you see Leatherface cutting at the window. There's like wires or something, so you see sparks. That element was very quiet, and for something like that in the real world, a chainsaw would be very loud, especially cutting against metal and having it spark and stuff. That's a very loud sound effect that would play in real life, but in the haunted house it was very dim and very quiet. I also noticed that if there were people walking behind you, you would hear the same trigger twice just because the sound was not as loud while you're walking through the course of the haunted house. So that's something, in my opinion, that they needed to fix. Aside from that, I had overall a great time at Horror Unleashed. I love seeing Jack the Clown and Chance in person for my first time. That was really cool. I mean, it felt like a full circle moment because one part of the Jack show that they had, I think it was called Slay or Stay, one part of it had a song from our Chainsaw Brigade from Universal Studios Hollywood, and it was so cool hearing that in Horror Unleashed. It just felt like a full circle moment, you know, just tying in both Hollywood and Orlando together. Now, I can talk on and on about Horror Unleashed and everything that has to do with it, and we will talk more about it throughout this video, but I just wanted to show off this haunted house over here. This is Monstrous 3 with La Llorona featured inside, which is really cool. Now, I wanted to say one thing. There is no room for Muerte. There's no room for Muerte, so I wonder if Muerte is going to be a part of this haunted house. Maybe he'll be here. Actually, there is a little bit of an opening there, but it's very tight. We'll see if Muerte is featured this year. I mean, he has been the past 3 years of Monstrous, and this is actually the final year that we'll see Monstrous as a haunted house. They have the inside of it covered up, but it looks like the same type of layout where you're walking through the cemetery, same type of walls and vibes. Yeah, it looks about the same. There's not really much for me to say about this one. It's just kind of like a repeat with different properties inside, different monsters of Latin America inside. I do have to say, every time that they have brought this haunted house to Halloween Horror Nights, they have perfected the Latin American architecture. Like, look at this. It looks amazing. And they actually did a really cool thing this time. They implemented the speakers inside of the facade, so they don't have speakers sticking out of the facade. I think this year, this shows that they're going to be hiding speakers just a little bit better, so it feels more immersive opposed to just feeling like you're walking through a haunted house. You feel like you're experiencing the real thing. And I love that so much about Horror Nights, how every year they try to do better and better with immersing you into the haunted house, especially in the recent years. They've been doing so much better with facades. Like, we never had fake grass like this. It's been a long time since the last time they did something like this, but they just started implementing this with the 2022 haunted houses and on, and I really like that they're doing that once again. As far as Muerte's entrance goes, if we have them back, they have a lot better of a themed door this time. In previous years, you would probably see him walk through that black curtain into here and then open like a door where you could kind of see behind it. I like that they have a better themed door and no window to the right, so you can't see them like walking in or anything. It's just little things like that that really make me happy about what they're doing. Very subtle things that, I mean, your average guest won't notice, but I pay attention to details, and I love that they did that. So smaller details like this, I notice. Usually each haunted house is lifted up by a little bit. They're all sitting on thick pieces of plywood. And usually to get on or into the haunted house, they would pour a little bit of asphalt and create like a smaller ramp. But this seems a lot better. They have an actual ramp this time that's not asphalt. It makes the cleanup a little bit easier at the end of the year, so they don't have to like repave or anything or scratch the ground. This is also a lot better for wheelchairs. It's a lot more wheelchair accessible. I just noticed like little things like that. And you could actually see a little bit of the plywood that the haunted house sits on. That ultimately makes it a lot easier for them to construct these walls as well, because they could bolt it down to the foundation that is, you know, plywood. Also, from now through September 30th, it is past member appreciation days every single day. And there's a lot to do if you're a past member, which is amazing. As of right now, they have reservations available for a lights on tour of the Fallout Haunted House that's located where the previous Walking Dead attraction used to be. There's a power-up band offer right now. Oh my gosh, I just noticed there's a Horror Nights tribute store right behind me. But power-up band special offer, you buy one, you get one half off, which is great. We have a Back to Hogwarts special offer. You get a select wand and a robe for only $100. There's also a buy one, get one carnival gameplay. So you buy one, you get one for free. You could save up to $100 on the VIP tour. And lastly, you could save up to $20 for Universal Express. Also with me today, we have Anthony.
My girlfriend's not here, bro.
Huh?
I'm kidding.
What?
My girlfriend's not here, bro.
Okay, well, we're here with Brad. And Brad speaks Spanish, right? A little bit.
Hola.
So he's gonna help me translate certain things in the Noche de Brujas scare zone. What does Noche de Brujas mean?
Brewhouse. All I hear is beer.
Okay, I don't think you speak Spanish. You are like Spanish, right? You're Mexican.
Yeah.
But he doesn't speak Spanish.
I just can't speak it.
You can't speak it. Never mind. I'm gonna take him back home because we don't need him today. I literally need it. It's fine. I know I said that last video was gonna be my last JP Land video, but honestly, I don't care. I'm just gonna enjoy this channel, post whatever. There's no like specific goal with this. The only goal is probably my original goal, and that's to show what the park looks like and how it changes over the years. It's not meant to be so informative, be so like whatever. But I'm still gonna do what I usually do, just like kind of go in depth with everything that's happening in the park.
Whoa!
What?
Look!
Oh shoot! The fire towers are up. That's actually crazy. Let me show you guys. Not only that, but all the lighting for Horror Nights has been set up, which is really nice. But wow, okay, I was not expecting to see that today. All the fire towers are up. Very different look, very similar to Orlando's now that I think about it. They have a very similar setup, maybe a little bit smaller than this. So this is a little bit larger, but we have a really interesting setup for this year's fire towers. Very exciting. Lots of clowns. Of course, this is the Carnival of Carnage. I'm not sure if Jack the Clown's gonna be featured with this year's Carnival of Carnage, but that is the name of this scare zone. And we have no idea if Jack the Clown will be here or not. Most likely, I wouldn't see why not. But here it is. Wow. Wow. Look at these scare zone props. Now this is creepy looking. This is creepy looking. Oh, and there's more on the back end and the front end as well. Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on. Look at this guy. These are very creepy looking. I like it. I like the little clown over here as well. Very nice setup. Very, very nice setup. Let's see this other side. We have another giant clown over here. Wow. Very nice.
Bro, this is fucking cool.
I know, this is sick.
I haven't been here since like last month.
I know. This is sick.
This is so sweet, dude.
I gotta take pictures for the Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. That's where I'm posting all these updates, but doing some on YouTube too. Oh, this looks great.
Yeah, this is solid.
So Anthony here has never been to Halloween Horror Nights. It's his very first year, right?
Yeah.
This is where they're gonna have the Fallout haunted house. Getting ready for it.
Fallout, you mean like the TV show?
Yeah, like the TV show or video game.
Video game. I don't play video games.
You don't?
No.
I think you do.
I do.
Okay. Also, the Plaza de los Muertos is coming back. Obviously, I mean, they're setting up the decor, but it's much, much taller than how it was set up previously.
Wait, is it completely closed off right now?
Yeah, it's completely closed off.
Can you film over?
No, but I can see whatever is visible to the public. You can see that they're building some form of structure towards that back. Not exactly sure what that would be, but that looks it's looking interesting. Very different than before. Lots of moving spotlights here, but it's interesting how tall this is this year. They're not attaching it to the lamppost. They're attaching it to these lighting rigs. Scooby and the gang is out.
Hearing it looks fantastic.
Yeah. Also, I lied to you guys. Anthony has been here in the past, but he's actually Mexican and he doesn't speak Spanish, which is unfortunate.
That is true.
It's unfortunate because we need a lot of translating in this next scare zone. But before we do that, let's look at Mel's Diner because they frosted out the windows. This is used as a kind of like break area for, you can hold the door open, I guess. It's used as a break area for scare actors. Once they're offset, they either change or do their own thing in there. So they're building something inside of the plaza, and I just can't tell what this is. But there's like a lot of brickwork. I don't know like what's going on. It's very different. Oh, what is that?
Can I legally go up there and put my camera over? Can I?
It looks like it says Carnage. It looks like that's a Carnival of Carnage prop. What? Yeah, no, you can't. Interesting. I think they have a Carnival of Carnage prop right there. I mean, this is the highest up we could go. Oh, there we go. Kind of see into that. What is that? Oh my god, it's what is the giant clown from Killer Clowns called? Clownzilla?
Yeah, Clownzilla.
I think they redesigned Clownzilla. Yeah, that looks sick. No way. So that's a prop that they wheel out before the... Okay, they cleared out all of the seating in this area of the park because they're getting ready for the Noche de Brujas Scare Zone. That is... What? Are you scared? That's actually sick.
La Reina de Copas.
I wonder what that means. La Reina de Copas.
Let's ask Google Translate.
Okay, while you translate, I just want to show off the character design. We're going to see a lot of these through the scare zone. And one thing I want to mention, because they do this similar type of scare zone prop every single year for this scare zone at least, where they have like a boxed form of the scare zone prop. Something they did differently this year is that they painted around the edges, and this is all hand painted, all handcrafted, and it looks great. And each witch that we pass by is gonna have its own little logo on top. And what does it translate to? The Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups.
Okay, that translates well because you can see she's holding a cup, and the wine, the red wine or blood, is spilling out into this river of blood. That's really cool. So that's her logo right there. They already set up the little lighting pieces. Now we're gonna move on to this next set piece over here. And just to all Horror Night fans, does anything look familiar about this Horror Nights piece? And Anthony was talking about one specific thing, 2018 when they had the Trick or Treat Scare Zone. Do you remember the chainsaws that were a part of that Trick or Treat Scare Zone? Do you remember what type of masks they were wearing? That's their masks. And they actually have a bunch of those masks on all of these like scarecrow looking props. They're all kind of designed the same, but the difference is that their heads are different on each prop. So that's really cool. Over here in the RIP photo op, this is where you'll be able to meet one of the Art the Clowns. He'll probably be there for RIP guests. They have some Source 4 set up. And right across the way, they have this over here. And so every about 45 minutes, they're gonna have a mini show moment inside of this scare zone. And this one is with the witches. So they have the cauldron out over here. They'll probably cast a spell and then run at people in this scare zone. You can see a lot of lighting has been positioned towards this scare moment. So you can see a lot up there and a lot especially over here. And this is gonna be really cool. I'm excited to see how they pull this off. It looks like they brought back some of those skull animatronics. I feel like they were originally called the Bonesy Brothers, and they used to be located in this prop over here. A lot of the props are reused over the years, but this one specifically, I think for their first time in 2018 or 2019, they introduced the Bonesy Brothers, and over the years they've reused those Bonesy Brothers. They've given them wigs, they've done so many crazy things with them, but this is their original prop they used to be located in. Not only that, but we have fog machines that are out. We have more lighting behind those fog machines, and we have those lights connected to transmitters that'll activate during the show moment that's going to be over here. Okay, so Anthony has already looked up the translation for this witch over here, and I think this is like the Witch of Cats. That's my guess. La Reina de Bastos.
The Queen of Clubs.
Clubs.
Let's go dancing, maybe.
Okay. No, probably not dancing clubs. Probably like, wow. Oh, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we have her here. That's her little logo there. Again, they handcrafted, hand-painted all of these, which look great. We have fog machines out, and they went heavy with props in the scare zone this year. I don't think they've ever gone this heavy within the last 10 years with scare zone props. But look at this. This is a new piece that was just actually added yesterday. We have a nice little witch over here. She looks like that because of the sun. She didn't look like this yesterday. I think she's just dying in the sun. It's 105 degrees today. Okay, so we have more of those props set up. It's really nice. Across the way, we have more of those boxed witches. We're gonna quickly glimpse at them because we don't have too much time today. But we have one over here. This is the character design. I'm assuming this is gonna be our stilt walker. We have La Reina de Pentaculos. And I only say this looks like our stilt walker this year because our stilt walkers each year have crazy things coming out of them, and this one has like tentacles coming out of it. Is that actually her name?
That's it.
Oh my god, I got that spot on. I'm like, that's a tentacle. But it's actually the Queen of Tentacles. So that's probably our stilt walker. And then we have another one over here. I love her design. I think this one is new too because I don't think I saw her last week. Awesome character design. La Reina de Espadas.
The Queen of Spades. This one I did not have to look up, by the way. This one I knew.
And that one was the Queen of Clubs. So these are like card names. So then we have, every year they've been bringing out these, another form of box scare zones. But this year they went ahead and hand painted flames, and each flame actually isn't the same on each box. They have different variations, which I always like. We have a nice little witch over here. She looks great. Snake, she's holding a snake. And a giant witch over here. I don't think we've ever seen her. A lot of these props are returning props from previous years, but this one's new. I've never seen that one. Another one over here. Oh, this one's creepy. I don't like that. I think we had her recently in 2022. We have La Muerte, which means the death, but feminine. So we have Muerte inside of the maze, and he holds like an axe or whatever it's called, spear. And we have La Muerte, which is the female version of death. And we have more scare zone props here and fog machines, which is really nice. I also want to mention that a lot of these pieces are on wheels, so they'll be wheeled out to the middle of the scare zone. But we have another very heavily themed scenic piece over here. Very nice. A lot of Orlando influence this year is what I'm noticing. A lot more scare zone props, which is always nice to see, keeping that Halloween atmosphere inside of the park. That's always important. More scare zone props over here. A lot of those giant scarecrows. And last final pieces of the scare zone. There's 3 more, I believe. This one is La Grande Sacerdotisa. While Anthony looks that up, we'll look at the next one over here. Oh, wow. I can't say that name, but this looks sick. I think this is my most anticipated witch that we've seen all day. What did that mean?
So that first one is the High Priestess.
The High Priestess?
This one might be like the High Emperor, maybe?
Okay.
Or the High Empress?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes...
The Empress, yeah.
The Empress.
That's it.
And what did that one say?
The High...
It's okay.
The High Priestess.
The High Priestess. That's creepy. Yeah, it looks good. I'm so excited for this scare zone.
Where's La Llorona?
La Llorona is inside of the haunted house.
I guess she's inside then, yeah.
We have 3 Latin American monsters inside of the haunted house this year, and they're all female characters. Right. And La Llorona is one of them.
Wow.
So at this point, it seems like they are mostly done with pull-through testing for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, which means they can start doing actual testing once they're done setting up all of those electrical wires and boxes. And there's still a lot for them to do, but it looks like they also completed most of the catwalks around certain elements of the ride. That's if you either roll back or get stuck in a spot, they can easily evacuate you. And they actually do have to put some, maybe not here. I don't think they're gonna do it here. It doesn't look like it because there's a cutoff. But yeah, they do have stairs. Maybe they need to work on the walkways exiting those catwalks. There's only a few things left for them to do as far as the coaster part of it goes, but then they need to add the sound blockers throughout the course of this ride. They still haven't really started on that, just a frame on certain parts, but that's about it. They need to make supports for those sound barriers, and then they could get to testing, hopefully within the next like 3 or 4 months. I mean, we haven't really seen much progress, visible progress at least on the outside of this ride. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about this ride. It gets more and more difficult to talk about this ride as the days go on because there isn't much of a difference every time we come. But it's looking good, right?
I'm not going on it.
You're not? Me neither.
I'm definitely afraid of roller coasters.
Yeah, I'm too scared too, but I'm gonna try to do it at least once.
At least once.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
If I like it, I'll do it again, but...
Yeah, that's like me with Jurassic World. I didn't like it, but now I love it.
That's good. Okay, now we're taking this video to Knott's Berry Farm because Knott's just had me out for the Nightmares Revealed event. This is where they're going to be announcing 2 of their new haunted houses for Knott's Scary Farm this year. It's very exciting, and I can't wait for Knott's Scary Farm this Halloween season.
The conductor rolls through the realms of Knott's Scary Farm. Tonight we pull back the veil and reveal all the scintillating secrets you craved for this year. But at what cost? What fate awaits you beyond these gates?
I'm not hurting anybody. Doesn't anyone want to stop this? Yes! No! If you do this, you're the guilty ones. You can speak for me. You can tell him to stop.
Are you ready for a hanging? The time has finally come to end the misery that has descended on this town. We have captured the witch Sarah Marshall, and she will stand trial for her crime. Bring on the accused! Sarah Marshall, you stand accused of the crime of witchcraft. How do you plead?
Not guilty. I'm no witch.
Liar!
Please. This is insane. Some malady has infected your minds. I'm no witch. You must see that what you're doing is wrong. You have no proof.
Proof? Oh, we have proof. Our crops have failed. Yeah. Our children are missing. Our livestock have perished. say you, Calico? Is she guilty? Sarah Marshall, the good people of Calico have spoken. As judge and lawman of this town of Calico, I sentence you to death for these crimes. You will hang by the neck until you are dead.
Foolish man. All fire and fury signify nothing. You are weak. You are nothing. Si tu peux que je respecte potentiel Si tu peux que je respecte potentiel Si tu peux que ce risme potential fianquam tu può discutare. Si tu peux que ce risme potential fianquam tu può discutare. Si tu peux que ce risme potential fianquam tu può discutare. Si tu peux que ce risme potential fianquam tu può
is over. Calico is now mine. I curse all who enter. All will stand witness to mankind's downfall. The end times are nigh. Tonight we dance with the darkness and revel in the wrong. Are approaching!
Oh my god! Let's go!
From Scotland, Calico and Gore, they've come to consume the souls of the poor. Now flee thee with haste, fly swiftly, bright, seek refuge in the Calico! Tonight. Yet I do fear my fate may be sealed. Welcome one and all to Nightmares Revealed!
Oh my god, excuse me so much.
Monsters of all ages, please welcome your master of scare-remonies, a man who knows what's in the fog, not Scary Farm's own Mr. Jeff Tucker!
Are you ready for some scary? Hark, I hear a spectral locomotive arriving from the other side. Please cast your eyes hither. Yes, I said hither. And bear witness to the arrival of a Scary Farm staple. The lad with the lantern. The acolyte of the activation. The...
Yes, it is I, the conductor!
I think we all know who you are. Have you met the Boulay brothers? They're here.
Yes, I know them well. They are the queens of darkness, creatures of the night, saves all who transgress the realms. The light of my lantern reveals all. Nothing or no one can escape my eternal gaze.
That's creepy, dude. So, what else can your lantern do?
To exist is to do, my Halloween host. What else need one do but exist?
Isn't there something like 100 activations throughout Scary Farm with this lantern?
My lantern is the vessel that illuminates.
That's great. Look, there's like 100 monsters here, and I get the freaking spooky Yoda guy. Okay. There are over 100 activations with this lantern, and just 1 second. These are the maze's final year. Don't miss your chance to go through these mazes, and we'll start with...
This is your final chance to face your fears and uncover the chilling truths buried deep within Mesmer.
Woo! Final year for Mesmer. Don't miss it. And next up, the next maze that after this year will vanish into the fog is... the Grimoire! The Grimoire. Within the pages of the mysterious Grimoire book lies the power to end the world. Take a savage journey into the pages and unleash monsters that lie within. One more year, one more time, the Grimoire.
In reverse.
And those are the mazes that are going away. I think we should talk about, are you ready? The returning mazes for this year. As you escape... She's back. All right.
So extra.
The Green Witch has decreed we will now reveal the 2 brand new mazes for Scary Farm 2025. Are you ready? Oh, I don't believe you. Are you ready? All right. You know him, you love him, I work with him, I'm terrified of him. From the demented mind of Daniel Miller, designer extraordinaire. The latest Knott Scary Farm masterpiece I present to you. The Zoo.
The Institute for Hyperkinetic Dynamic Research. That's quite a mouthful, so we fondly refer to it as the Zoo. My name is Major Margaret Mangler. I head up this eclectic team of scientists and soldiers to develop the latest in hybridnetics creations. Here, we will make a new, better soldier, a new, better you. You recruits will be the first wave of a new generation of super soldier. Quick, powerful, agile, and ruthless, ready to face the vast array of challenges that confront the soldier in today's modern army. We've been working on cutting-edge technology.
1,000 times.
Boring. Okay, do it then.
Do it?
Yeah, tough girl. Say her name.
You honestly think I'm scared of that?
Well, I don't see you doing it.
Whatever.
Oh wait, the lights!
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary! There, see, nothing.
Yeah, baby! Oh, it looks so good. Let's hear it for Mary! All right, well, those are our new mazes for 2025, coming this year to Not Scary Farm.
So Not Scary Farm just announced 2 new haunted houses. We have Mary and we also have the zoo. And the zoo seems terrifying. We don't know much about Mary quite yet, and more information to come on that haunted house. So the really cool thing about the zoo haunted house that's coming this year, the executive said that without the scare actors alone, the haunted house was terrifying. Now imagine with the scare actors, oh my god, I'm scared. But past 11 p.m., they turn off all the lights in the haunted house, and that haunted house relies with just a flashlight, and it's just gonna be pitch black, and you're gonna get jump scared from all directions without knowing where they're coming from. Hi everyone. Today I'm eating frog legs. I've never had a frog in my life, and I don't feel good about eating this, but it smells like chicken. Tastes like chicken. I don't feel good about eating this though. So we have a huge catalog of food coming to Not Scary Farm this year. We have the steak fries, which looks delicious. It's topped with steak, and it's steak fries. The scalped Sarah pasta, which looks delicious. It looks delicious. We have the tacos del terror, the hot Cheetos, and cheese pretzel. This actually looks gas. That looks so good. We have the slime pizza over here. We have the bride, which is just like loaded fries. Le Rougarou. Looks really good. We have a pumpkin and chorizo pizza over here. This looks insane. And I can kind of smell it. It smells actually pretty good. Oh, this looks insane. It's toasty esquite. And esquite is just like corn, right? And on top, it looks like there's just pasta noodles. Oh, this looks delicious. I wish we were getting served that. That looks really good. We have al pastor negro over here. Goreen meatball tots. That actually looks gas. I'm not a big fan of mushroom, but they have the exhumed mushroom and sausage pizza. And this is what I just ate, the Blood Moon bat wings, which are basically... So I actually tried these two. It's the Blood Moon bat wings, which is black dyed barbecue sauce with brown sugar, and then the crispy fried frog legs. And I actually tried that. They're actually real frog legs. They weren't bad. It tasted like chicken. Okay, the chocolate covered cup. We have a chocolate covered cricket cupcake, a Halloween sugar cookie bar, a vampire bite red velvet cheesecake cup. Oh, and the funnel cake this year. Oh my god, I'm gonna eat that. This one looks really good, the maple bacon gourmet cookie. A lot of desserts here, a lot of desserts. I'm just kind of like skimming through all of this so I don't take up too much time, but here's a killer brownie funnel cake. This one looks so good. Whoa. Oh wait, this flash doesn't. Oh my god. Wait, so these glow in the dark?
They react to the blue light, yeah. This one
as
well.
Oh, I like that. That's really cool. Thank you. Oh my god. Graveyard French toast. I'm gonna be eating that. I'm gonna order a side of like ice cream or something to dip that in. And we have a candy corn float right over here at the end. And some alcoholic beverages. And absolutely love that they bring back the blood bags every year. So first starting off with the blood red blood bag. It actually comes in 2 colors and both are different flavors. But this one is infused with vodka, pineapple juice, cranberry, and grenadine. So this is gonna taste really sweet. I'm excited to try this. I've actually never had a blood bag either, so this is my first time trying it. It tastes like a pina colada and a Shirley Temple together. It's actually pretty good. Woo! Okay, so the next one we have is non-alcoholic. This is the Black Widow Lemonade. I'm gonna try it out. I'm not sure what to expect here. This one's actually pretty good. It's a raspberry lemonade. It's actually like so good. Very refreshing. So the next one we have is the Boogeyman Habanero Margarita. I had to look down and look at the name. It doesn't have any description of what this might be, but habanero is like a hot sauce, right? So I'd imagine there's hot sauce. I'm just gonna try it out. Woo! Oh my god. This is a spicy drink. But it's good. It's good. It has actually a pretty good aftertaste. So I was so ecstatic to try this as soon as I saw it on display, but this is the bacon maple mini cookie, and it's just a maple cookie topped with bacon, and I'm just so excited to try this because I've never had anything like it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It literally tastes like pancakes and bacon. This is the best thing I've ever had. Next up we have the chocolate covered cricket cupcake. And it's literally a chocolate covered cricket cupcake, as you can see. I'm gonna go and do you a favor and eat the cricket first. It tastes like a potato chip. I just ate a cricket. How do you feel? Okay, and then it's a normal cupcake, but we'll do the bite. This is good. It's starting to get messy, but it's gonna get even messier because next up we have the radioactive panna cotta. Let's just go for it. I don't have much to say about this. I don't think I've ever had a panna cotta. I don't even know how to eat this. It looks like it's just jello and nacho cheese. Highly doubt that's the case, but we're not putting that in the video. Things just got messy, and they're only gonna get messier with this midnight tiramisu. It looks so delicious. I love tiramisu. Oh my god. No, that was good. That's so good. That's not even a fake reaction. I know it looked like a fake reaction. It's actually really good. Okay, we're now walking through Ghost Town. This is nice, I like this. Feels good to be Halloween again. I love all my scary friends. Scary friends at Scary Farm. Look at this guy. Whoa, that was scary. Okay, so we're heading to our first and only maze of the night, and it's a lights on tour of the Grimoire haunted house, and that's located in the far end of Knott Scary Farm. It's also its final year of operation, so this is your last year to experience Grimoire before it's gone forever and it returns to the fog and never comes back. We're now entering the Grimoire lights on experience. Very excited to see this haunted house. Put the lights on. I'm expecting a lot of like black and white colors because you do go and step back into World War II or that era of time. So we have made it into the queue of the haunted house, and you won't find any scares in here. However, inside of the main haunted house you will. Obviously not during this lights on experience. Okay, here we go into the main haunted house. And we're greeted by an exit sign. I remember this maze really scaring me last year I went through. There was a scare where the scare actor slid across the room on like a rope and hit a trigger, and it was like the scariest thing I've ever seen. Okay, we have officially made it to the opening scene of the haunted house, the campgrounds. This is where the spell book happens, and it transports you back in time. Once some people clear out, we'll be able to get a better look at all of this. I love how down to the flooring, everything is basically themed. And I believe they leave these haunted houses up year-round, so they don't have to reconstruct these mazes every year. This is really nice. Scenically, it looks incredible. So this definitely gives you the opportunity to get up close and personal with some of the props that you can't normally get close to during Scary Farm. And I mean, there's a lot of details that go into this. I mean, look at the campfire, how that works. It's kind of buried into the ground. They have some lighting. And we're walking into the tent that sends us back to World War II. And just like I suspected, everything is in black and white. This is really, really neat. Just with the lights on, it's so cool to see how they make certain elements work. And I mean, this is so cool. You can't even see, during the regular maze, you can't see the roof, you can't see anything like that. There'd be jump scares. But this gives you such a nice look onto the set design that goes behind these haunted houses. I love it. That is cool. I never even noticed that, to be honest, during the haunted house. That's a really neat touch. Now we're walking through the closet and heading into the trenches, literally. Just be careful, because some of the mannequins might be real in the haunted house. Probably not this one, though. Wait, that light is hot. It's crazy. It's real. I'm just kidding. This gives you the true World War II experience. Okay, we have left 1945 and now we're back in the present day, 2025. Yay, it's good to be back. Look at this facade. I honestly, the lighting is so dim in this haunted house, I never noticed this facade. So this is actually so sick to see. I want this in my front yard. I know it's hard to see on camera, but this is where that crazy scare is. The scare actor is on like a bungee cord and he runs at you or jumps at you. It was so scary. That one got me so bad. Here we are, entering the last few scenes of the haunted house. Again, so many facades and it's so well crafted. This is what I love so much about haunts in general. They just take immersion to another level. This is so sick. Okay. Last few rooms of the haunted house. Oh, people are grabbing things they aren't supposed to grab. Nice. Not sure what's going on here. I never really understood this room or the haunted house in general. Something about a book that transports you to a different time. And I think it's almost done. Oh, rest in peace to our fellow camper. I'm just getting scared that there's gonna be a jump scare somewhere here. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's a fake guy. Maybe not. Yeah, that's it. We're walking into the decision hub. This is the big compass where you decide where or which direction to go, either during horror nights or even in the daytime park. You decide to go into either the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and see Poltergeist and Terrifier. You go straight ahead to go down to the lower lot or Terror Tram. This way to go to Monstrous and whatever else is located on that side. This will be the location of Murder of Crows once again, and it'll be set up a little bit differently, I'd imagine. Now that they're getting closer to finishing the exterior of Hollywood Drift, I'd imagine that they lower down these walls very soon. They usually do that. For example, Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash. Once they drop these, once they were done with like the facade, they dropped down the walls, exposing the facade completely to build up a little bit more hype. And considering that this coaster might open in early 2026, I'd imagine that soon they'll lower these walls, maybe before or after Horror Nights. So we'll see how Murder of Crows is set up this year. But I'd love to see it set up in front of this facade. It'd be really, really cool to see that set up. And if they do set it up for Horror Nights like that, they're probably gonna add some lighting rigs on the very top. Speaking of lights, those are all on. Very cool to see. And the facade mural was, I think, completely painted. I don't think there's anything else to add to this. I thought they were gonna paint Fast and Furious in white. Maybe that's something they do later. But right now, this is what we have. The archway for the main entrance has also been set up. Sometime last week, they did that, and I covered it the day they did it. So that was really cool. You could see that on Instagram. But that's set up. Now that I think about it, maybe they don't drop these walls before Horror Nights because they gotta finish that first. But also we have some nice little palm trees set up in front of the facade. Yeah, it's a really nice look. I wish those palm trees were located maybe somewhere like in the middle. A lot of people are complaining about sight lines, especially looking in from Harry Potter Land. I don't know. I don't really have any complaints. That's kind of like the main entrance. You don't really exit from there. You can if you want to, but you don't really have to. Needless to say, it's not technically in the sight line. Once you're in the land, you're walking in from the arch, so there's no reason to look back. But yeah, very excited to see all of this in its full glory. Hopefully they add some more greenery around. Maybe like vines or something going up. That'd look nice. Some more lighting set up here in Springfield. They dim the lights during Horror Nights, so it's not as vibrant at night. And they add some blue lighting. It looks like they have some blue source 4s or blue gels slotted into the source 4, so it'll be the same as last year or any year in the past, where it's just kind of like a blue theme, a dark blue theme walking through Springfield. This area is always tough to work with for Horror Nights because it's a big area and you can't really do anything with it for Horror Nights. In Orlando, I think in the past they've had chainsaw clowns walking around, and that's kind of our main theme, so I wonder if they'll continue that through Krusty Land. That is an intellectual property type of thing they need to deal with, and I highly doubt they'll do that this year. However, we are kind of nearing the end of the contract with Springfield and Simpsons in general, so maybe in the future we'll see a scare zone in this area, which would be really, really nice to see. All I'm saying is there's just a lot of dead zones inside of Universal during Horror Nights, and it's hard to keep that Halloween atmosphere. The park was set up a lot better for it in the past, and now they can't really do it like that just because of how the park is set up with all these intellectual properties. But they are working with what they have, and in front of the Studio Tour Terror Tram entrance they have a mini scare zone, and they've actually done something similar in the past. In front of Animal Actors stage they had an extra bonus scare zone with only a few scare actors walking around. It looks like they are doing something similar with that, and this one is themed to Hell Bullies. These are very interesting looking, straight out of like Barbarian or something. These look like the monster from Barbarian. Very creepy looking. We haven't had these props in the past, I don't think, at least. Maybe if we have, it's beyond my time, so I don't think these are reused props, but it looks nice, and I like how compact it is. It gives a lot of scare actors the opportunity to scare. They have some walls over here, so they could definitely hide behind those, and I'd love to see them have triggers in scare zones. This is something they do in Florida, but not here. But certain scare zones are tighter in Florida, and with tighter scare zones, they have triggers. So a scare actor would sit behind whatever prop, there would be a foot trigger, and they would pop out with some strobe lights and sound effects. They did that with Horror Unleashed as well, and it was perfect. It was very compact in there, so those scares were a lot more effective, and they got me a few times. But I love the way this scare zone looks. Looks like maybe we'll have something in here. It looks like there is a prop behind this window, so this will probably open up during Horror Nights. Only thing I wish they could add here is they have palm trees, and they could technically run fishing lines right across, and they could cover this roof up and add some fog to keep fog kind of compacted in this area. I'm sure they're gonna have fog machines and stuff here, but that's something Knott does, and it adds a little more atmosphere. It goes a long way, honestly. I wish they would do that. Highly doubt it, but it'd be cool. Kind of running down to the lower lot now. As we turn around, you can see that a lot more source 4s have been set up, again to set more atmosphere around the park with lighting. This year nothing will be featured inside of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Death Eaters aren't returning, and I don't think they'll ever come back. They were good. They were here for a good like 2-3 years, And it was really cool because over the summer of 2023, they had Death Eaters walking around in the daytime, well, nighttime, but for daytime park guests. So I really like that. And I hope they could bring that back because it just added so much more to do at night. Okay, walking down to the lower lot now, we'll take a look at some more Fast and Furious Hollywood drift updates. Kind of running out of breath. I'm doing so much talking. There's so much to talk about today. Queue work is slowly starting. They're starting to add the texturing on the side of the queue for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. They'll probably, by the looks of it, they have some hooks. They're probably gonna have some, not awnings, but some tarp coverings to block the sun while you're standing in line for this ride. Very exciting. And then we have a more solid queue over there. You walk over a bridge above riders, which is very surprising, to go into that section of the extended queue. That's our extended queue. And yeah, very exciting. We can kind of get a small peek into the interior of the queue. You can see some cars have been set up. The other day we saw the Nissan kind of parked upwards. Now we're seeing 3 cars. The Nissan is back there. We have another car right in front of it. I think that might be the, I don't even know what that is. Ignore what I just said. But we have 3 cars that have been propped up. It looks kind of like the Jason Bourne queue from Universal Orlando. The last time I was here, I caught this at the side of my eye, but I didn't really think anything of it. I thought these were just natural weeds growing out of the ground, but this is actually planted by the construction workers. So it looks like they might be going for this throughout the course of the mountain. And I noticed that on the hillside project, the very mysterious hillside project, they're planting more of these on the other side. So we'll see what they would do with this and the theming throughout the ride. There's still obviously a lot to be done, and the sound walls come next before they even start testing, just because of safety. I feel like they'll do at least like a few test runs before installing those sound guards, but they still need to put those up and around. This thing is taking so long, but they got to do what they got to do. At least we are getting a roller coaster here at Universal, a full-blown roller coaster on top of it. The max speed of this coaster is going to be insane, 72 miles an hour, which is ridiculous. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm scared of roller coasters. They've come a long way with this hillside project, and very, very quickly. I don't know how they did it so fast, but it looks like they are already planting or replanting greenery, shrubbery, whatever you want to call it. Looks like a bunch of ficus plants. So this will look really nice and neat. Very similar to what we have here, but it's going to take years for it to grow like that. They also poured in asphalt, so it looks like they have a little more space to work with. When they start Horror Nights, they could put the queue there, and in the future they could use this for something else. But I'd imagine that the queue is going to be set up over here. Also with Jason Universe, the last time I was here, they had lighting tests going on, which was awesome to see, and you can see that on my Instagram. I'll do that. I'm not gonna block you with a paywall, but go check out my Instagram. I showed off the lighting test for Jason Universe. So tonight, John Murdy's gonna be doing some lighting tests for Jason Universe as well, probably much later into the night, nothing we'll see. But I wanted to highlight this because, man, you can't really see it on camera. There's a body and it's covered, just so it's not in guest view. Kind of gruesome. Taking a video with my phone. I think that's John Murdy actually, right there. John. Yeah, it looks like right now they're programming the audio and the lighting cues. He's standing out front. Really cool to see him. But anyways, this is a really nice view of the hillside project. Those people are not wearing any hard hats, so this is no longer a hard hat zone, which is very, very nice. It'll make their life so much easier with queuing people for Horror Nights, and let's say someone walks out the queue and just so happens to go around the queue, they don't have to worry about that, because that is like an OSHA safety concern. I don't know. But yeah, it's nice that this is done. So I had one question, just because I'm unsure where this is gonna go. They have the Scarecrow bar going up on top of Jurassic Outfitters. They usually just have like a bar there, whether it be the weekend bar, but this year it's themed to Scarecrow, the Reaping, and they're gonna have a Scarecrow themed bar with themed drinks and food, of course. But what everyone is hoping for is that we have a Five Nights at Freddy's pizzeria, and they actually haven't announced this for Hollywood, and we have no idea if it's gonna come to Hollywood. But Orlando it is. I'm sure it will come to Hollywood. It is the largest property aside from Terrifier that is coming to the event. And of course we'd like some themed food and drinks themed to FNAF. It'd be so cool. Missed opportunity if they don't do it. But today I'm going to be looking at some of the options they have with putting in a Five Nights at Freddy's pizzeria. But before we do that, the character shop has been redesigned. No more Nintendo inside of the character shop. Now it's just a lot of different things. You'll see in a moment. So of course right outside it looks like the Nintendo cart is safe. This is actually my favorite Nintendo carts out of all of them. They have the best soda, themed soda with ice cream inside, and I love it. Like the flavors are just so vibrant. I love this character shop, snack stop. I don't know what to call it. But inside of the character shop, instead of just having Nintendo and it only being a Nintendo store, half of it is Nintendo, all of the same merchandise, nothing new. However, I think they restocked that Toadstool Cafe giant plushie. That's nice to see. But instead of it just being Nintendo, they have a little bit of everything Universal related now. So we have some Jurassic, we have Sing. This is just a lot of characters. It is true to the name character shop. And yeah, this looks good. This looks good. A lot of Hello Kitty merchandise in here as well. One thing I was hoping for though is a lot more characters and new merchandise with each store, because if you go into each store, it's kind of the same merchandise everywhere. This is something you could find in the main Hello Kitty shop. But we do have some new merch for Hello Kitty and the Chucky collab. First of all, they restocked these Hello Kitty Chucky plushes, which is really nice. These always sell out very quickly, so get them while they last. But we have this new Hello Kitty doll themed with Chucky, of course. That's really nice. I like this. I like this a lot. It looks like the larger Hello Kitty Chucky pillows are already flying off the shelves. This shop only opened today, and these are already flying off the shelves. We also have the Hello Kitty badges, the reels. These look great. I think these are new. I don't think we've ever had this in the past, but this looks really cool. Maybe in Orlando they've had it. I'm not sure about here. But also keychains that are also flying off the shelves. There are hardly any. I saw pictures earlier today and they were just completely stocked, but this looks good. And a new keychain on the bottom over there. There's only one last Hello Kitty backpack, Hello Kitty Chucky backpack over here. Oh, and new headbands. They definitely went all out with this restock because we have these reversible hats again. These are back. I lost my train of thought. They're bucket hats. Those are back. And then we have the tumblers over here. And the purses, the crossbody purses, those are back as well. And this was my favorite piece out of all the Chucky, Hello Kitty stuff. But they had a Spirit jersey. And this looks really nice. This is the third time they've restocked this, so I'm glad it's coming back consistently. It always sells out. It's probably their #1 seller in the park. So everyone thought that this would be themed to Five Nights at Freddy's. Of course, Five Nights at Freddy's is the largest property coming to Horror Nights. And it's actually not themed to Five Nights at Freddy's, it's themed to Jason Universe Barbecue Canteen. Don't forget the canteen. And it's sponsored by Angry Orchard Hard Cider, I think. Well, I don't know. But this looks nice. I think this is my favorite one they've made out of all of them. They first started with the Starcourt Mall in 2019. This is when they started the trend of having themed booths. And they do it every year for Orlando, but not for Hollywood. It looks like they're doing a little more for Hollywood this year. So the s'mores were obviously a success last year, and they're bringing them back this year. And then instead of being themed to Ghostbusters, it's now themed to Jason. You have his hockey mask covered in blood with some chocolate underneath and a nice graham cracker on the bottom. I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought so much today, but also some more theming over here. This looks really nice. Yeah, I like it. They did really good for the scenic here. Also, lots of lighting being set up for the atmosphere. Looks like we have one Source 4 as a spotlight facing this over here. And I'd imagine that since this entire lower lot will be somewhat themed to Jason Universe, they'll probably have some themed music to go with it. Maybe some foresty noises. It would fit in with Jurassic World a lot. And one thing with Jurassic World is I wish that they would do Jurassic Park in the dark once again, obviously with Jurassic World this time, and play some AC/DC Welcome to the Jungle at the very end. That'd be so cool. And since Jurassic World is a theme park, I mean, I feel like they have some flexibility with that based on the IP. It just depends on the IP. Also, looking at these lanterns, The bulbs have been changed to red. I don't think they're on quite yet, but they have been changed to red to give the lower lot a more dim and dark feel. So if they were to put a Five Nights at Freddy's pizzeria out of everywhere, I could see it coming to the Studio Cafe the most, unless they decide on making another theme booth over here, but they do need space for seating because that does cut out a lot of space. And I just noticed that there was more theming on the side of this, so I'm gonna take a look at that really quick. Oh wow, look at that. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake. It says closed, written in blood. So that's really cool. I'm gonna snap a picture of that because that's actually really cool. I like that a lot. And then over here, I think I saw an axe. No, I think I'm just going crazy. I thought I saw an axe. But this looks nice. This looks really, really nice. Glad that they're doing this again, and I'm glad that they've been doing it for the past maybe 3 or 4 years now. It's really nice to see how far Horror Nights has come along over the years. Even more lighting set up. This is actually not for Horror Nights. This is for the photo op over there. It's not Horror Night lighting, but these are. They have those set up, and I wonder if they have the spotlight set up for Five Nights at Freddy's. The logo at least on the top of there. We're about to find out in just a moment. And it doesn't look like that. Oh, it is. It is. Okay, yeah. So that spotlight, they put in a little gobo, which obviously hasn't been put in yet. It looks pretty empty. But that'll project Five Nights at Freddy's on the side of Transformers, and we have some more lighting. This is also really nice, but they changed the screen on this right side to not show Nintendo World and to show some Hello Kitty cartoons. And it looks like that's Hello Kitty's cafe that they're showing on that screen right now, which is really nice. Looks like there's a lot more people in this store than there ever has been, so this is really nice placement. Again, more Hello Kitty stuff up here. But this is also really, really nice to see because the lower lot shop has always struggled. But the only store that has struggled the most is Transformers Supply Vault, also known as Production Central now. Also, despite the Mega Movie Summer coming to an end, the Amity Island Cafe is still around. They still have all the same food offerings, so you could still get it for a little bit. I'm not exactly sure when this is gonna end, maybe next week or within this week, maybe Monday, who knows. But they do need to get to transforming this to whatever Horror Nights property they put over here. Maybe even Five Nights at Freddy's. But since I'd imagine that it turns into Clown Cafe because we're having a huge clown scare zone over here. Oh, maybe they put Five Nights at Freddy's here. I don't know. I don't know. Also, they still have the giant Bruce photo op right over here. So that's nice to see. I just remembered one important thing about Carl Laemmle Courtyard, and something that's been announced, not officially by Universal, but by Universal Japan. Universal Japan announced that Hamikuma will be making appearances through the Universal parks in the States, so at Universal Orlando Resort and the one here, and that with that, Universal kind of confirmed that he's coming to the event by dropping some merchandise for Hamikuma, which will be available on August 22nd, so we're getting closer to seeing that. So where I'm going with this is usually Carl Laemmle Courtyard is home for photo op bars, and I just couldn't think of anywhere else that Hamikuma could go besides Carl Laemmle Courtyard. So maybe he goes there. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they have a whole Hamikuma themed bar. That'd be really cool. Okay, I just caught another thing at the corner of my eye, but in the Super Nintendo World shop in CityWalk. Looks like they restocked these giant green and orange Yoshi plushies. How much are they though? We'll see. I didn't get to see these the first time. Okay, $80, so they stayed the same price, but these are sick. Today they just opened the NBA store in CityWalk, and I'm gonna take a look at all the stuff inside. Expecting a lot of Lakers merch, and I mean that's obviously displayed back here. We have LeBron's jersey, we have Doncic, and a bunch of them, so we'll take a look inside. They have an OVO collab between Drake and the Lakers over here. It's really cool. Really nice hoodie. OVO sound right here. It's really cool. How much is this? $250. That sounds about right. Check out the entire Lakers section. This is sick. I always wanted to find good Laker merch so I can wear to the games, but it's always hard finding it. But now it's a home. All I have to do is walk into my backyard, being Universal, and grab whatever I like. And I think I like this the most, but let's see the back of it. Okay, nothing. Oh, no. This is probably like 150, 195 for this. Obviously no past member discounts here, but lots of Lakers stuff in here. It is dripped out with Lakers stuff. We have Doncic t-shirts. We also have Golden State, boo. Curry, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But basically the face of every team is here. Celtics, they suck. Oh, Knicks are good. Grizzlies, they suck. That's I forgot his name. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. This is the Spurs. I don't know if that's Wemby though. That's not Wemby. It might be Wemby. Oh yeah, it is. Oh wait, the names are here. Wait, I always forget this guy's name. But he's crazy. He's actually pretty good. Spurs, they're all right. Anyways, lots of Lakers stuff here. Oh, I thought this was the side of the bomber jacket here. This is cool. Lake Show. I love this. I love this so much. This is sick. More jerseys over here. We have Booker's shirt. Curry. Oh. John Morant. I just remembered his name. Yeah, there. Okay. That's funny. Tatum. Ew. Yeah. Lots of great jerseys here. Lots of great jerseys. But especially lots of Lakers stuff. See, I like this. This is actually fire. The windbreaker. Magic Johnson dunking over a Celtic over here. Love that. Some LA Sparks banners. But not a lot of Clippers stuff in here, which honestly I'm okay with. I'll take all the Laker merch. If you don't know this song that's playing in the background, it's called Or Nah by The Weeknd. One of my favorite songs. But it's crazy that they're playing this in a store at Universal. I'm not complaining, I like this song. Anyways, I'm sorry for the pause and wait for an update video, but we're back with a vengeance. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm JP and How They Say in the Movies. That's a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next one.